Good morning. It is week 2 of the Orchard and Bloom Quilt Along. I am Andrea with Happy Cloud Creations, and I thought I would just jump on really quick to go over week 2's assignment, I guess. This week we will be cutting out all of our pieces for the blocks. So here's one block. I know some people like to work one block at a time. Personally, I like to cut out all my pieces and sew all the units and then put my blocks together. I find that to be faster, just to do one unit at a time, skip to the next unit. That's why this week we're going to be cutting out all of our pieces, and then next week we will be cutting, making all of the corner units. So, let me know if you have any questions. I know it's a little early for some West Coast people. So fabric requirements are on the back of the paper pattern, but they are also inside, which is the first page of the printed or the PDF pattern. And then to find your cutting requirements, you will go to the second page inside. Up top, it shows you if you want to do the 4 main colors, A, B, C, and D, and then with a background fabric. If you'd rather do scrappy using fat quarters like I am, because I'm going to use my fat quarters, and then I also have a 4th yard cut. I'm going to use these diagrams. I know it's kind of sunny in my window. These diagrams, this is for the 4th yard cut. This is for the fat quarters. I laid it out, and this is the best way I feel that to cut the pieces out. If you find a different way for yours, that's fine. These are just suggested. Also, that just means like, okay, so 9 inches tall for the 42 inch, you see you have a little wiggle room there, which is nice. If you have a piece that is smaller than 9 inches, you might be able to use it. So this week, all the cutting. My best tip for cutting: first, press your fabric. Sometimes if you leave your fabric all wrinkly and you go to cut it, it might not cut the correct shape because of the wrinkles. I do not wash my fabrics prior to cutting. I used to a long time ago, but then a lot of people are like, in the quilting community, don't, especially if you're using fat quarters. Since it is a smaller piece, it'll shrink, and then it won't be the required size for the diagram. So don't wash your fat quarters, or even 4th yard cuts. I wouldn't, because of the fray and the shrinkage. It'll cause you to have less fabric. I don't mind a crinkly looking quilt in the end, because then once it's all put together and I wash and dry it, it gets all nice and crinkly, which I like. If there's any, I don't think there's any questions on cutting. Cutting is pretty easy. If you're someone that likes to do block at a time, you can do that too. You can just cut out, like I would probably do 4 blocks, maybe a week, depending on what size you're making. I'm making the lap size, which is 12 blocks. This pattern goes up to king size. So baby would be, let's see, 9 blocks. Lap is 12 blocks. Throw is 20 blocks. Full is 30 blocks. Queen is 42 blocks, and king is 49 blocks. Also, if you don't want to make that many blocks, you could also do a smaller size and add sashing or borders to your quilt. So if you're somebody that wants to do a twin size, you could do the throw size, which is 64 by 80, and then add a border to it or add some sashing to that. It'll give you the better size. I like my twin size to be about 70 by 90. So if you were to add a border to that throw, that'd be perfect. Next week, we'll be making the corner units, which, the quilt's right here. The corner units are basically this unit. There's 4 of them per block, so it's a pretty basic unit. We'll be making all of those for the whole quilt. So if you have a larger quilt, yeah, it's going to take a little longer. So if you wanted to start this week, you could. I'm basically going to check in every week on a live video on Instagram and Facebook, and then I'll upload that to my YouTube just in case you missed it on either and can't find it. Which you can also just subscribe to my YouTube, but it's also here on Facebook and Instagram. I'll go over how to make these corner blocks next week. They're very easy. I feel like this block goes together pretty quickly. I guess that's it. This is going to be a pretty quick quilt along. Only a few weeks, so I hope you enjoy it. Today's the last day to save 20% on the pattern and all my patterns. And then tomorrow, just the Orchard and Bloom quilt will be 10% off through the rest of the quilt along. I like to give a little savings during the quilt alongs. If you ever have any questions, you can email me at happycloudcreations@gmail.com, or you can send me a direct message on Instagram or Facebook to my Happy Cloud Creation profile. If you try sending it to my direct personal one, those get blocked and I don't see those. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you have fun cutting. And make sure to post your pictures of your fabrics. I know a couple people have in the Facebook Quilt Along group. But if you haven't yet, I'd love to see what fabrics you're working with. I posted my fabrics, and I'm going to start cutting probably tomorrow. I don't think I can today. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day.